Good evening. I've been trying for a while now to do a video and give you a little bit of insight into my journey with Parkinson's, dystonia, and I also have fibromyalgia, and I am going forward for DBS shortly. But before I start, I'd like to read you a poem, and this poem describes how I suffer with dystonia, and memory loss. So I'll just read this first and then I'll go into my discussion. At 1:30 a.m. I sit here in pain, arms as heavy as lead. This is from dystonia attacks again. I stamp and convulse, my breath is forced out. My muscles are aching, but I've no strength to push myself up or hobble about. General dystonia attacks my body, from my feet and my toes all the way up to the tip of my nose. My neck is aching, my face is gurning, my body is twisted into impossible, grotesque shapes. I cannot type anymore, so I try to sleep, but the pain is too deep. I sit here instead and weep. I leave my story till morning and start again at 7 a.m. Dystonia returns with an axe to grind. The dog climbed on me. It's as though she sees my broken mind. She knows before me that an attack is imminent. She tries to hug me and comfort me, and love me through the thrashing, gibberish, chattering. So that is a descriptive poem about my dystonia. And actually my meds are not quite working well today either. This is why I'm stuttering and forgetting what I'm going to say, but I'm going to carry on, because often we only show the good side of ourselves when we're feeling really good. And I've had a really rotten few weeks. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2012 after 7 years of misdiagnosis, and I remember signs when I was 40. I'm 59 now. So for the 7 years of that I was misdiagnosed, they gave me all sorts of drugs that I didn't need for lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, and a few other things that I can't remember. Anyway, when I was finally diagnosed, I didn't believe it. I remember sitting on my own in the neurologist's room, and a tear just trickled down my face, and all I could think of was my daughter, who's 7 years old. What am I going to do? Anyway, when I went to see him again, he gave me the choice of going on a Cinemet to give me time with my daughter. He said I would get about 5 years from it, and I thought, well, that would give her time to grow up a little bit. Anyway, during that time I've had dystonia, not much dyskinesia. I also had sepsis in 2016, which didn't help my Parkinson's symptoms. But slowly things have got worse and things are harder and harder to do. Simple tasks, memory, I find I just can't remember half a sentence. I get through saying something, and if one person speaks, it puts me off track, so I lose my train of thought. I can't make phone calls when my meds are off. I'm totally useless when my meds are off. I can't speak. I couldn't make a decision, and I wouldn't even try to make a decision. I'm afraid of falling, so I tend to just sit and wait for the meds to come on. And some days the meds just do not work at all. Sometimes no rhyme or reason. But anyway, I've got a new neurology team, which I've had for the last year, and they really are good. She's tried us on different medication, me and my partner. We both have Parkinson's. But it's been hard going because we've had to do exactly what she says. Anyway, now we've been put forward for DBS, and I did have an appointment in December, but I had to cancel that one because it was a bit too soon. and we were going to be sent to London. So we've now asked if we can go to Bristol, because we've got family in Bristol and we've also got people that could drive us there. I think the worst part at the moment is the fact that I've started getting facial dystonia. I'm just gurning all the time. It's horrible. But my dystonia does start from my toes, goes up to the top of my body. My shoulders can shrink into my neck, and I'm stuck like that for, well, however long my body decides to control me. I actually had dystonic attacks for a full week until I was hospitalised to try and stop the attacks, which they did manage in the end. But there's no rhyme or reason to why they come on, they just appear. Having said that, if I get cold and my muscles get achy, stiff, that can bring a dystonia attack on. But I still try to enjoy life. There's always something good to look at if you think about it. And recently I had a cancer scare. They told me there was something on my pancreas, and my mum died of pancreatic cancer within a month of being diagnosed 10 years ago, and my sister and I nursed her through that. Well, I was horrified and petrified, more for the people that I would be leaving behind than for myself. And it made me realise that the grass is greener on both sides. Sorry for that blip, I think my battery's about to go, so if it goes I'll post this anyway and then I'll post the rest later. I want to say that I've come to the point in my life now where I cannot look after my 15-year-old daughter the way she wants me to. So my sister has moved up from Devon, and she's going to take over looking after my daughter. My daughter is actually going to go and live with her. Heartbreaking, yes, it is heartbreaking. I have done a little poem about it, so I'll read this to you and it'll give you a sense of how I feel about what's happening in life at the moment. That's the wrong one. I may have to, well, she's gone. My daughter has left. She hasn't gone far, but I still feel bereft. She's not actually going this minute, but I know in my heart she's gone. To live with my sister who's moved near to me. She travelled miles. Free too, now that she has a grown family. The planning and organising the telephone calls, calling the social worker. My tears drop like waterfalls. I cannot look after my child like a mum should. Give the time and the energy, because my body is as stiff as wood. I can't run or play or go to buy makeup. I'm often stuck in bed first thing when I wake up. I only get normal time for an hour in the day. That's how it is, that's just the way. But she is only 15 and the start of her journey. I can't hold her back, but I have a gift to impart. I've made her independent and to think for herself, showed how to stay safe and look after herself. I'm sure my heart will cease bleeding one day. I'll just cover it with Band-Aid just for today. I know she'll be happy and safe, and life will go on whatever the case, but I'm dying inside though I pretend I'm not. I'll grieve later when the time is right. Let's hope DBS will lengthen my fight. On the plus side, you see, she still lives near to me, so I'll see her and my sister, a double bonus when they come for tea. So that's just a short insight into my life with Parkinson's. If you're interested and you would like me to do more, I will do more, but I don't like to feel that I'm just getting on people's nerves because I'm complaining. I try very hard not to complain, but I'm not very good at that at the moment. Anyway, thank you for listening. If there's any questions you have or anything else you wish that I would talk about, probably when I'm more on, so I can make more sense, then I will do. But thank you, and thank you for all your comments about my artwork. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Would you dance in